Hello, brother, sister. Welcome to the house of Satoshi Nakamoto. Here, we understand that there is no financial advisor amongst us. We are only here to understand the teachings of Satoshi Nakamoto so that we can use it as entertainment and as part of what we need to do our own due diligence. As we go through the sermon of today, ladies and gentlemen, we have our likes and subscribes on, and we also ensure by putting our notifications on so that we do not be part of the missing flock that misses the next sermon. With that said and done, let us hear what Satoshi has for us today. This is my YouTube Shorts channel. I upload TikTok videos here. So every TikTok video that I do, I upload them here. Most of them are shorts. So you will come here to shorts. And I also upload the videos themselves here. They don't get many views because, well, they are TikTok videos. Most of you may have watched them already. So if you are not on TikTok or anything ever happens to TikTok, this is where you can still catch me. So yeah, TikTok Shorts, I have the link to it in the description, so you may subscribe there so that every TikTok I make, you will see it here. There are a lot of things that I say on TikTok and I don't say them here, and there are a lot of things that I say here and I don't say on TikTok. But well, they on TikTok will have themselves to blame for that if they are not subscribed here. So be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel, Understanding Crypto Shorts. You always have to have these wordings correct because scammers out there, they go and instead of shorts, they'll put shots. So that's how they take some of my followers and, lie to them and do all sorts of crazy shit. Anyway, today I wanted that we look at the total crypto market cap for altcoins because a lot of people have been talking about altcoin season coming. You remember, if you are in the Discord and Telegram group, which you can use the link in the description and join, that in, I think that was April or February, I was talking about May most likely being the month where we will have insane gains or insane increase in coins and tokens. So I still think that this is possible, and why I say this is because of the past price action, past BTC price action. That's from 2019. And if you haven't watched that video where I talk about BTC's price history, it is something that I urge everybody on the channel to watch. I want you to have a glimpse of the past. How was BTC in, say, 2015? How was BTC in 2017? How was BTC in 2012? Well, you will not just go and you're looking at the charts. I made a dedicated video for Bitcoin's price history so that we can have a glimpse of the past as we go into the future. This is what Satoshi Nakamoto would want us to do. Okay, so before we check that altcoin market cap, I just wanted to show you something here with Near protocol, and you can do this with every other crypto. Now, when my website comes out, my developers are still working on that. Let me put this thing down. When my website comes out, you will be able to get some of these things in an easier way because, well, for now it's a bit, complicated, but it's not really complicated. If you just come here to crunchbase.com and then you go to Near, that you can search up Near here, Near protocol, and then you click here on Near, then you can come here to financials. Yeah, now you see the total funding for Near protocol. So this total funding lets you understand how much money was invested in Near and when was the last time Near got some funding. Let's go to this other one. You can see that Near raised a total of $533 million in funding over 4 rounds. Their latest funding was raised on April the 6th of 2022. Now, April the 6th of 2022 was already in the bear market. Now, you can go to Bitcoin's chart to see how relevant that is. Now, let's go now to, let's double this here. Now, you can only do this on a paid trading view tab. Also, charts will be coming to my website, so you can do your charting directly on the website. And I'm trying to make it in a way that you would have like the premium form of TradingView on the website, and it will most likely be far cheaper than getting, you know, the TradingView directly from TradingView. It's like $60 per month that I pay for this one. So let's go now to Bitcoin. Now we are trying to get like a glimpse of when NEAR got funded. Yeah, so this is Bitcoin on the daily time frame, Bitcoin versus the US dollar, not Bitcoin with USDT. So what is the date here? The date here is April 6th of April, and then we come to here. Okay, 6th of April is let's take a line right here. Let's get our line. Okay, so we have 6th of April is exactly here. Good. Now let's enlarge that. I want you to understand just a theory. This is how I build theories. Some people usually ask me, how did you catch this coin? How did you know this was going to happen? This is why. This is how I develop theories, and I try to see if they could apply. So it's basically you know, my own thing. You will get yours, don't worry. As you continue to watch the channel, be sure to like and subscribe, of course, with your notifications on. You will begin to develop some of this. I have a lot of people who have been following here for like a year and plus, and they too usually send me some theories in my Instagram DMs. Okay, so we see that NEAR got funded when Bitcoin was here. So it literally got funded at the cliff. Now it's even crazy, because while I was talking about selling when Bitcoin was here, I have a video of that actually. I was talking about selling when Bitcoin was here at about, I actually said that Bitcoin could even go to 50k, 51k. If you have been watching the channel for some time, then you will know that. But I said that I will be selling at about 47, and 47 was here, around here. So NEAR got funded when Bitcoin was here, and then Bitcoin went down this cliff. What do you think happened to NEAR? Well, NEAR also followed to the downside, you know, as BTC plummeted down to 20k. Now this is when our dear friend Mr. Do Kwon was pumping Bitcoin with UST. So it's basically his own created currency that he was pumping Bitcoin with, and it turns out it was a sham. So unfortunately, Luna started to crash. If you haven't watched my video on Terra Luna's crash, I will leave the link in the description. I can even leave it somewhere up there in the top right, so that you can watch it after you watch this one. Okay, so basically NEAR got funded when BTC was here. Let's go to NEAR's chart and see what happened to NEAR when BTC plummeted. So this is NEAR, and we are looking for the 6th of April. You can do this with every coin. You go to where they got funded, and then you see what happened, say the last time they got funded by, say, a venture capitalist, and you see what happened after the funding, or say after the funding, what happened. So you can see that just when NEAR got funded, it plummeted. Yeah, it plummeted to the downside. So all of the venture capitalists that bought NEAR around here, well, they lost their money, because NEAR just plummeted and plummeted and plummeted. And this is where my theory comes in. Let's go back to NEAR. We see that where is it? We have a venture round by NEAR. This is the 6th of April 2022, and that's $350 million by Tiger Global Management. Okay, let's go back to NEAR's chart right here. So we have NEAR here getting funded with $350 million, and Bitcoin being funded apparently by Mr. Do Kwon, and then crashed, and then Luna, you know, suddenly went to the downside together with his investment, and that's what actually took us to 20k. And around here was when I was talking about selling my Luna, and that was like Luna was at about $89 when I had that when I made that a post. I said I'm going to sell my Luna here, and I said I will sell 70% of all my Luna, and then as the price continues to go higher, I will sell the rest 30%. Now my reasoning behind that is I was so confident in Bitcoin going to 20k, and then that's how I got to sell my Luna. I posted that on Instagram. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you have the link in the description. So I posted that, and some people sold with me, yeah. And when Luna went to $93, I sold all of my Luna. Now Luna left from $93 and went to $113, and I already started getting insults in my DMs. You made me sell. It's going back to 200. It's going back to this figure. And quite honestly, I really thought maybe I missed out, but I was so confident in my 20k forecast that I did not buy. I said I will DCA back in when Bitcoin goes to 20k. Little did I know that Luna will take BTC to 20k. Luna's crash will be the one to take BTC to 20k. That's how I never DCA'd back into Luna. Now, what are we seeing here? My theory here is all of those people who invested here have the incentive to push price back up to this level. For example, if I invested in a coin at say $1, and it plummeted down, I have an incentive to tell everybody that it's going to 5, so that when it comes to $1, I can cash out. So that's the theory that I have. I think all of those venture capitalists that invested when Near Protocol was here at about $13-15 have the incentive to push price back up to this level. So the theory that I have here is that Near will come back up to this level. I have said it before that all altcoins will behave differently. So if we think, many people are saying online that there is an alt season coming, yeah, and they are not going to go up the same. So Chainlink may go up, for example, goes up by say 50%. Now I say for example because I know so many people will still come to my DMs and said, bro, you said it's going to go up by 50%. Even when I say for example, or even when I say my best guess, some people pin me to it. They say, you said it's going here. You know, even when I say it's just a probability, they still just say you said. So anyway, but I know those people are just, I don't know. So I think my theory is if some coins behave differently, if some coins will, because some will pump more than others, some will do a 10x, some will do only a 1x, some will go say 20% up as price goes up. You have to understand that the market moves with liquidity. Any coin that trades against Bitcoin moves with Bitcoin's liquidity. That is why most coins charts look similar to Bitcoin's chart, because they are exchangeable with Bitcoin. So every coin that is exchangeable with Bitcoin will follow Bitcoin's price action, even if they are not being funded. So if Bitcoin is going up, because Near Protocol can be traded with Bitcoin, it will go up as well. So you don't really need to go and invest in Near before it goes up. It will go up. But how far up it will go will depend on its investment. So, for example, if we have 5 coins in a basket, Chainlink, Near Protocol, Polkadot, Ethereum, Solana, for example, and they all can be directly traded against Bitcoin, they will go up differently when Bitcoin goes up. If, for example, a lot of people are buying Solana because maybe Solana NFTs are on the boom and you need Solana to mint Solana NFTs, Solana will outperform Polkadot if Polkadot is not in any demand at that time. But it doesn't mean that Polkadot will not go up. Polkadot will go up because it can be exchanged directly with Bitcoin. So the liquidity between a coin and Bitcoin makes that coin go up or down when Bitcoin goes up or down. If the coin is being funded or if the coin is in high demand, that now will influence its dominance against Bitcoin. So if its dominance against Bitcoin is high, it will go up higher when Bitcoin goes up. If its dominance against Bitcoin is high and Bitcoin is dropping, it will not drop as much as other coins that do not have a higher dominance with Bitcoin. If its dominance with Bitcoin is low, it will drop even lower when Bitcoin drops. These are some of the metrics that I will include in my website. It's going to be a platform of an ecosystem of crypto tools. So we are going to have like a tool that measures coins' dominances against Bitcoin, so that you can readily see which coin is underperforming the most against Bitcoin. That coin will be the best to short. The coin that is overperforming the most against Bitcoin will be the best coin to long. Alright, so the theory here is that near protocol, since all of them move differently, I would expect that near overperforms other coins, that were not really funded before the ultimate crash. Why is this ultimate crash so important? Because we have been talking about a 47k target. We are saying on this channel that Mr. Bitcoin right here, yeah, I consider him to be a guy, it's Mr. Bitcoin. I think Mr. Bitcoin will always come back to retrace the 0.618 golden ratio. So this is something which it usually would do. Let's go to any chart right here. Let's click here. Click here and come back down here. Come right back down to here. Okay? Come right back down to this level. What happens? BTC dumps right down to here. Where does BTC go? BTC goes back to the 0.618. 0.618 BTC comes back up there before doing what? Rejecting and coming back to the downside. Let's go to any chart that you know. Let's go to any chart. Come here. Now, I've not done this before. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to happen. But let's just see if that's true. Let's go here. Come back down to here. What does BTC do? It retraces right down here before going back down. The 0.618 is like, it's seen in Fibonacci to be like the center. It's like the center. They call it the center of everything. It's even in water. It's like inscribed in water. It's everywhere. It's in the shape of your ear, the shape of the universe, shape of the galaxy, shape of your hair, how your hair coils, into some circle. You see that even with hair, the shape of the coiling of the shell of a snail. It's everywhere. The petals of a flower, it's everywhere. Let's do this with any chart. It didn't really retrace there. It came here to the 0.5 before retracing. Now you always have to understand that the three most important Fibonacci's inside of these are the 0.5, 0.382 and the 0.618. All of them can be important by how you look at them, but most of the times price will retrace after meeting either the 0.5, 0.382 or 0.618. They're a bit more, if you are targeting them, then you are being a bit more, say, conservative with your risk. But if you want to be like aggressive, then you could target the 0.236, 0.786, the 1 fib, this is 100% retracement, and the 1.618. So we can even go right up to here. We can try this here as well. You go to this one and then you go to the lowest point here. Let's go to the lowest point here. When it comes back up, as it reaches the 0.618, it will almost always retrace from there. There is no guarantee, of course, but almost all the times you will have that retracement. We can come back right here. Let's go to this one. Let's go to this one. We click from the top to the bottom. We click from the top to the bottom. Watch what happens there. It retraces at the 0.618. Okay, now this one is picture perfect. This is 2019. If you told anybody right here at the bottom, as we move to the upside, that it will crash back from here, they'll tell you, what disaster do you think can happen? All the exchanges, all the maybe things that we think would have happened to push price down have happened already, because no one saw the pandemic drop coming. We never see what will happen in the future until it happens. So the idea is preparing for what is to come before it comes. You prepare for the worst and pray for the best. When the best happens, well, you just say, oh, thank God, or congratulations, or you're just happy. But the worst is what you would never really be happy about. So you have to prepare for that worst before it happens. So you can even see how picture perfect this happens right here. This is your golden pocket. Inside here is where you want a retracement. That's like the whole of your ear. Anything that turns, see it as a funnel. You can see it as a funnel. Everything going around to the center. All right. So price, you can see it that way. Price is going round, and this is the center. When it comes there, it must adjust. You can. It's a stupid way of seeing it, but yeah, the channel is all about simplifying. So, you know. Okay, let's go even to this one right here. We pick it from the bottom to from the top to this bottom, and you can see it. This now is retracing. But even here, let's go to this one. Let's go to this first drop right here, and then you can see it retracing between this one. That is going even right before the 0.786. Now this is what I was saying in my other video, that I could expect that it goes up to 53 or 50 something $1,000, but I would not be betting on that. So even before then, I would have probably just come out, depending on what we will see in the future, because for now we don't know what will happen. When we get there and we look at the charts, we will be either sure that this is the point to run away, or it is not. I have said that perhaps we even crash from now, yeah, but crashing from now is something which I will not worry about. We can even come back to here in 2013. We try it again here, take it from top to bottom, and then from top to bottom you find it retracing before even hitting that 0.618. then it comes back to the downside. Now even at these bottoms, you could tell anybody that you are suspecting that it will come back down. They will never believe you. So I think we've tried it enough. So we are saying in this video that the 0.618 is a very important part of your Fibonacci. And so you could be like, oh no, that can never happen. Yeah, but well, history and time has proven that it does happen. So let's take from this, which is something I found interesting this morning. We have been talking about $47,000. Okay, now if you pull from the all-time high down to $3,000, which is the pandemic low, which we've been talking about. We've been talking about the pandemic drop. We've been saying that the S&P could come back to retest this pandemic low right here. Then we will see that the 0.618 is where? Up here at what? At about $46,668 $46,687. Now let's find something more interesting. If you pull from the same all-time high down to the 15K drop, where is your target? Your 0.618 is where? At 40, at this peak at 48,000, between, because it's a region, it's not an exact point, it's between. Let's take the other one out. Okay, cool. Let's take this one out, or let's just pull it up to there. Let's pull this one up to there, and then you will see that, let's take this, okay, to the point. Now you will see that your 0.618 is around $48,000, be in this region. As we have mentioned on this channel, that will be this target. Yes, that will be this target. Of course, we will have retracements here and there, but eventually that is where I think price will go before a massive crash. If it does crashes back down from here, that's fine. Okay, that's completely fine. I'll just wait to buy somewhere around this region right here, because that will be your, let's take it from here to there. I did that on the weekly time frame. Okay, cool. Let's take this from this bottom I will be waiting to buy anywhere around this region right here at 21, 20, 19k, but I don't think it's going to come back down there. I think this thing is still going to go right up. I think it can even come right up to 35k before ever coming back to retrace this level around here. But we will see how it goes. So for now, if price ever comes back like down to even our lows, I will just buy. Okay, but if it goes up to 47, I think that's the time to sell. For now, that's the theory for now. Again, that's the theory for now. Because some people will be like, oh, you said it is going here. So no. That's the theory. It's always a theory for the moment. As for now, as per the data that we have now, that's the action I will take. With more data, I will adjust my action. But if the data that comes in does not conflict this theory, I will not change the theory. Hope you understand. Now, everybody has been talking about altcoin season coming back into play. Let's go to the total 3 market cap. So everybody has been talking about this. Let's change this back into this. So this is the total market cap for altcoins excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. All right, so this, let's just take all of these out. I think we already charted this in another video and we talked about it. We talked about the possible retracement and extension zones, which we have to be watchful for. And then let's go to the weekly time frame right here. Now, we know that on Bitcoin, on the Bitcoin chart, this has happened already. So we already have a death cross on the weekly for BTC. I mentioned this in the other video. The death cross that everybody was scared about is still there. So when I talk about 3K, people are like, you're crazy. I am actually thinking that maybe we go lower than that. You know, but no, 3K is the lowest I can see on the charts. That's the lowest I can see. Maybe it will be lower, but no one knows, you know. But for now, that's the lowest I can see. So on this altcoin chart, we can see that we built a strong weekly candle here, which actually shows strong bullish momentum to go to the upside. Now, this is a descending broadening wedge. Yes, descending broadening wedge is there. And then we hope that this descending broadening wedge will be the one to take us up to Valhalla. Valhalla is the Viking word for heaven. So know that. Now, we have mentioned quite often that when you have a descending wedge that looks like so, let's clone that. If you have a descending wedge that looks like so, your descending wedge, descending broadening wedge anyway, you have to see points of interest that go like so. So you have this, two, and then on the third one you expect a retracement. The retracement that goes like this and fails to go where? Fails to go lower than here. And then when it goes back up, you expect that it goes to this target. So at first it will go for this target up. Most probably it will retrace. You know, when it retraces, everyone is like, oh, it's going to hell, it's going to hell, it's going to, that's it, we're all going to hell now, it's done. No, it goes back up to this target. Now invert that and you are looking at the charts. That you're looking at BTC to 3K targets. When I say this here, everybody believes me because this favors their narrative. I am an objective investor. I don't care about my feelings. I don't care how I feel. I just invest in what I see, you know. And when I build a narrative, I build a theory, I obey it. I get so many hate comments at times because it does not go in line with people's feelings and stuff, but this is investing. The markets do not really care about your feelings. They don't care. The market makers could push Bitcoin down to $1 for they don't really care about our feelings. They don't care about it, you know, and they could push Bitcoin there and push it back up to 1 million. They don't really care about our feelings. I know we usually talk about patterns here, but you have to understand there are market makers in this market. There are market makers, people who provide liquidity. They have to take the opposite side of your move. If you want to buy, they have to be there to sell to you. Why should they be there? That's what our friend Sam Bankman-Fried was doing. He was there to sell to you. And so he sees what you want to buy and he takes advantage of your move. They basically control the money because, well, they have most of the money. If you could have most of the money, then they may not be able to control, and that is where they also lose. And they work together. So they do exist. Now, they are humans too. So what they do are also shown with patterns. Okay? Patterns, ICT, SMC, all of these things are the same thing, just in different ways. And some of them may work better on different time frames. Some of them may not. It's all the same thing. When you talk about this retracement push up, that's also a pattern. That's a bull flag that has been pushed to the upside, you know. And you could see this bull flag like so. The retail minded trader will think it will just go up, but some people will expect it to come down here. This to me is a retracement of the Fibonacci golden pocket, then a push to the upside. So I would expect that. It's all the same thing, just in different ways and names, you know, and different understandings of it. I was talking about the inverted head and shoulders, and I've told you that you need a retracement of the second shoulder. What is the second shoulder here? This is the second shoulder. You need a retracement of this second shoulder. This is the retracement of the second shoulder, then a move to the upside. This is something which people who trade, say, smart money concepts will expect. They will say they go for liquidity. But what I am seeing from a pattern point of view is a retracement of the second shoulder. So it's really just different things with different names. You know, so yeah, but most patterns as we know take time to form. It's better to trade them on the higher time frames, because for you to depend on patterns, they need to have been formed on a higher time frame. This will give you proper information. So this is what we see, this type of structure, which is the same structure that makes me think BTC will go to 30k if you invert this chart. This is Bitcoin. Let me just show you, because when I talk about it, people are like, oh, that can never happen, that you're just dreaming. The same thing that is going to make me tell you in this video that altcoins may go up is the exact same thing that makes me think Bitcoin will go to 3,000. Until that thing is defeated, I must keep thinking the same way. You know, and I know it's crazy, and I really understand everybody. I understand you when you say it's impossible. I understand. To me, it sounds even crazier. And quite honestly, I don't want Bitcoin to go to 3,000 because I stand the chance to make a lot of money if Bitcoin does not go to 3,000. If we just keep on going into a bull market here from now, I stand the chance to make humongous amounts of gains in this marketplace with my nano cap investments. But if BTC went to 3,000, well, no one will want to invest in a nano cap. So yeah, I'll lose it. So I do not really want Bitcoin to go to 3K. And I understand everybody. I honestly understand why you would think it can't go there. That's a really small number. It can't, you know. And I understand you because, well, I'm just as emotional as you. But the charts are not saying that it won't go there. The same thing that makes me think altcoins will go up now is the exact same thing that makes me think Bitcoin will go to 3,000. This, which I will just show you right now, this that we see here, this type of structure, go up, push up again here, a retracement up, then push to the downside by this, is the exact same thing that we are looking at with the altcoin market. That's the exact same thing. Look, I'm going to show you. Look, that's the exact same thing. Let's invert this chart. That's the exact same thing. Push to the downside, look at it, push to the downside, come down, go up, retrace here, go up by the virtue of this. That is it on Bitcoin, but just on a very high time frame. That is why a lot of people cannot believe it, because humans do not look far. Well, animals don't also look far, so that's not really. But well, organisms generally don't look far. You don't look at what will happen in 10 years, what will happen. Many people don't even consider what will happen next year. Everybody wants to be rich now. You want the money to come now. But when you fight to get it only now, there is a high chance that your gains are delayed. However, when you are looking further, when you are looking for gains, say next year, 10 years from now, 5 years from now, the gains come faster. It's something that I have noticed, and I think most of you would have noticed it as well. So that is Bitcoin looking exactly the same as this. If I made this video and I told you that altcoins will pop right up to here, everybody, I mean, if I'm wrong, just tell me in the comments. Everybody in this channel will agree with me. Everybody in this channel will say, yes, you're right, my coins will go up. Everybody will agree, but they fail to understand that the exact same thing that makes me think altcoins will go up is the exact thing that makes me believe in this 3K thing. I know that was a lot to consume, but yeah. So we are looking at the total crypto market cap for altcoins. Yes, if we see from here, which we have said before, is we have our descending broadening wedge. I do expect the altcoin market to go right up to this target here. I still do expect that to go. Note that I am using candle bodies here, candle bodies only. Candle bodies are much more dependable. If your chart cannot get like this, make sure to have your chart on logarithmic scale. Okay, not like this, not like this. Put your chart on logarithmic scale. It will actually show you the price growth. Now, we have mentioned before that Bitcoin has already popped out of the resistance from the all-time high. Now, you have to understand the point of confluence here. You see that this line that we just drew from here, when we place it outside of this descending broadening wedge right here, it is what? Interfering with the long-term resistance from the all-time high. So you have a resistance point here, you have resistance point here, you have resistance here, and then you have the massive drop from Mr. Dokwan, who led us into this hell, and then we started to accumulate as we moved down to here. We finally popped out of this dungeon, and then we retraced, which is actually part of the inverted head and shoulders pattern, and then we retraced the second shoulder because what? People went long on altcoins. Now, going long simply means buying. You can if you borrow money from the bank and then you invest in crypto, you have gone long and you are using leverage in a way, because, well, if crypto plummets, then you have to still pay the bank. Yeah, so just unfortunate that you don't really have a stop loss in this case, and you are actually borrowing from the bank and you have to pay them. So that is also going long. Going long does not really mean that you must be in the futures markets. If you borrowed money, that's your margin. So you are borrowing margin to trade, to invest in an asset. If it goes to the downside and then goes lower than the money that you borrowed from the bank, then you are in in a very unfortunate situation. So that's basically what we are seeing here. So people went long on the altcoin market and had their stop losses here. So in our borrowed money from the bank scenario, the point at which you would want to sell, that's the maximum loss that you're willing to take, will be here. So in the futures markets, you go long on the asset. Let's say you go long, let's just take like a long position right here. You go long on the asset because, oh, it's going up. You don't want to miss out on the rally. You go long and then you put your stop loss here below this candle's wick. Yes, so a lot of people usually put the stop loss below this candle's wick. Well, yeah, the market maker sees that stop loss. That's the point of it. He sees that stop loss. By pattern explanation, we say that the market has to retrace the second shoulder. The market maker has to drive price back down to here. He was building shorts up here as he pushed price to the upside. So he then went short and took you out on your stop loss as you kept the stop loss here. So you see it being a wick This is on the weekly time frame. So for like, let's say 3 days, the price was trading down here, and then the drove price by the end of the week, the drove price back up here, closing slightly above the resistance right here. So it's already out. Then now many people will again go long because they think, oh, we closed above the resistance, so let's go long. Well, you go long and he pushes the price back down, takes you out again, then sends the price up. When he sends the price up, you are already in the idea that, oh, it's going to go up now. No, he retraces that candle and sends the price up again, does that several times. When you get exhausted, he then sends the price up to here. Now, by price closing up here and engulfing all of this is something you could learn. Engulfing all of these candle wicks tells you that the market is now bullish. That is why many people are talking about alt season. Now, as the market is bullish, what happens? Well, people are already going long. He sends price down. That's what is happening as we speak. Don't be surprised that he sends this price right up here before the end of this week. We will come back by the end of the week and see what happened. They will send price right up here, and price could even go right up to this, but as it goes up, it will encounter this resistance right here. What resistance is this, you might ask? It is this resistance from the all-time high. The resistance from the all-time high. Now note that we are going for a target. This price is going, I have something in my eyes, give me a minute. So note that we are going for this target, but if price goes up like so, if I want to explain to you how this is actually working, how this would work. So if price goes up like so and meets this target and closes a weekly candle outside of here, what is the most likely thing to happen? A continuation to the upside. Bear in mind, before that continuation, price may dump right back down. You want to wait and see if that price dumps back down and closes a candle below that support, because the resistance has now become support. You want to watch and see if it will close a weekly candle below that support, which will give you the idea if this was just a fake out or not. If it doesn't, if it goes back up, that's your move. It's going to continue to the upside. So for now, what is the right thing to do? Well, we already invested, so we're just waiting. But let's just say you had not done anything at all. I would be buying a retracement here. All right, I will be buying a retracement of this candle here, hoping that as price goes up to this level, I sell. That is if you're just trading. But us as investors, I'm expecting a rally up. All right, I'm expecting a rally up to where? I take Fibonacci now. Fibonacci, when you draw it from the upside to the downside, you are looking for an extension of price. How far up can price go? But when you draw it from the downside to the upside, you are looking how far down price will go if it started to go back to the downside. For example, price is now going up. Let's just say, well, you believe that price is going to crash back down from here. Let's say you think it's going to go back down. So you take Fibonacci and you take from the downside to the upside. This gives you your target to the downside. That's the exact same thing that you would have done right here. And again, we see how perfect Fibonacci can be. Let's take from the downside right here, that's the downside here, to the upside. How far down price will go if it goes to the downside? Why would you even think it will go down? Because we have said again, you are seeing an inverted head and shoulders pattern. You are expecting a retracement of the second shoulder. But how far down will that go? What exact point will you be looking to buy in? You can't pick the exact bottom, but you can pick maybe a region of the bottom. Some people usually write especially in the Discord group, some people will say, I missed the bottom. You made me miss the bottom. It's crazy to believe that some people actually expect to buy the exact bottom. Well, you cannot do that because, well, no one is God here. We can buy the region of the bottom. The region of the bottom could be between 0 to about 50%, and that will still be your bottom. And from that bottom, price could rally about, say, 300%, 400%. So it's about picking a region, not picking the exact bottom. This can guide you with your understanding of when to buy. So you cannot really buy the exact best price. Yes, Chainlink, for example, I bought Chainlink at $6.62 and I DCA'd in Polkadot at $5.51, and I signaled this in the Discord group. I did say that when Polkadot drops to 5.51, I will buy. I placed a buy order there, and I did say that's the region I will buy more Polkadot. Now, anyway, so let's say you want to pick where could be the most likely place to buy here, and let's say you are being conservative, you are not being aggressive with your buy. So now you take Fibonacci, you are hoping for a retracement, so you take your Fibonacci retracement levels, which means you are picking from the bottom to the top to find the retracement level. Well, the best retracement level, if you are looking at Fibonacci, is what? The 0.618. Now you see, if you bought here the 0.618, if I told anybody that price will come down here and go back up, they say, you know, you're crazy. That can never happen. You know, what will happen for price to go up? We are plummeting. You know, and these will be daily candles. Let's go to the daily time frame. These will be daily candles. Okay, it may not just be a 4-hourly candle. That will be daily candles. So you have a first daily candle here. We come down here. Let's just say you bought on this green candle. The next day it comes right back here, right back down here. As it continues to come down, some people will be like, oh, I lost all my money, I invested and now it's down. You know, and that's, I find those comments to be crazy. I started from yesterday, I thought of not just caring at all, you know, because sometimes I let these comments get to me because, well, you know, I care about people. But it's just crazy to me that people for so long are still not used to price volatility. This is why we go for crypto. We go to crypto because it is volatile. By being volatile, it means it can turn your $100 to $1,000 in a month. It can also turn it in a single day, just as well as it can bring it down first before going up. That is why we go for crypto. I was making a video the other day. I think my last video here on YouTube was about nanocaps, buying and selling on Uniswap. But nanocaps, by definition, are extremely volatile. They are crazily volatile. I talked about a coin and it did a 60x from when I posted it in the Discord group. I marked the 15x. I marked when it went to 30x. I marked when it went to 50x. And if you bought that coin, you'll be 50 times your money in 2 months, you know. And I said, well, I'm holding. If you want to sell, sell. You know, that's fine. You've made a lot of money. Sell. But I personally am holding because I see something different, you know. And that's just me. You don't have to follow what I do. My job is to find coins that may be good coins, which means sometimes there will be losses. So if I talk about this coin, like this coin which I talked about, and it did a 60x, if you go now and you're like, oh, he talked about it, it made a 60x, I invested $1,000 here and it became $50,000, I cashed out. The next one, I will go all in with a 50k and I will even borrow my money and go all in. You do that, the next one becomes a loss and you blame me. That will just be you being stupid. Yes, so you have to understand that there is a chance that it goes to zero. Okay, there is never a guarantee. Okay, so we see that price did retrace at this exact juncture. We've talked about this. We've seen how it retraces from the upside, and now we are seeing it right in front of us. It's not like I'm the one saying it. We are seeing how it is retracing here. We can also see a bounce right here. So this is the power of Fibonacci. So Fibonacci will sometimes even trap price in this exact pocket, the Fibonacci golden pocket. And you can also see it consolidating here between the 0.382 and the 0.618. So for now, we expect that price should be going to the upside. If it misses the 0.786 on the way to the downside, in the situation where price just started to plummet, if it misses the 0.786, you are waiting now to buy at this particular juncture at the 1.272. That's the 1/5, 100% retracement from this price region. All right, so that is that would be it if it was to come to the downside, but I think it will go up relative to the chart which I just showed you from here. So for now, I think it will go up to this region, that's the 0.236. There's a chance that it retraces from there. Now you can also, and this is where I actually enjoy patterns and Fibonacci, when my patterns are giving me the exact figure that a Fibonacci gives me. If I just draw a Fibonacci extension, if I pull my Fibonacci extension or my Fibonacci retracement levels, and I do not see price actually pointing at that exact level, I am not so sure of it, you know. But if I see price pointing at this exact level right here, that is where I become very sure of this price structure. I think price will find a way to go to this level. Right here, at this particular juncture, go back to the news in March of 2022. All right, go back to the news and follow the news. You will only see bullish events. You will only see people saying this. When Do Kwon was buying Bitcoin, everybody was saying Bitcoin is going to 100K because Do Kwon is buying. The Feds are printing money. That is what the news will say when things will actually just turn out to be in the negative. You know, price is going to crash. I was talking about 20K. Who believed me? Well, most people on the channel believed me. Some didn't. Some told me, oh, Bitcoin flew to 59K. Or, bro, you were wrong. Just admit it. You were wrong. Why are you still doing this? I got a lot of crazy comments. I really get a lot of them. I'm tired of most of them. You know, I'm tired of them. But it's just crazy to me that that's the world we live in, you know. What the majority usually says is not what will happen. Everybody is saying the dollar will collapse. Everybody is saying, oh, it's over for the dollar. The dollar has been the reserve currency for a very long time, and that will be so for a very long time. It may be so even until the end of our lifetimes, meaning that you and me will most probably die and the dollar will still be the reserve currency. Okay, so that also fluctuates. It's not like it's 100% the reserve currency forever. It also fluctuates. So you have to understand that everybody in the marketplace cannot be right. Most people in the marketplace are always wrong, and you need to understand this. Forget about the fact that China is doing trade deals in the Chinese yuan. The charts are the only thing that speak the truth. And as we understand, the dollar has been in a parabola. It broke out of that parabola and it's on its way down. I'm just going to show you. It's not like I'm the one saying it. The charts are saying it. So let's go to the US dollar right here. US dollar index. Yes. Go to the US dollar index and you will see that the dollar was in this parabola. The dollar was in this huge parabola. It broke out of the parabola. It needs to go back to the downside. Where is the dollar going? Let's take our Fibonacci retracement levels. Retracement levels. So we said that if price is going down, you want to know where it can go to the downside. So you pull from the bottom to the top. You are taking only candle closes. So you see that the dollar has not come back to the 0.618 yet. It hasn't. When the dollar comes back to the 0.618, be very careful. We can see that the dollar has closed below the 0.5, which means that the dollar will come back to the 0.618. Now, it will come back. Does it mean that it's for sure, there is no other way that it goes up? No. It's always a probability. When you say in crypto that this will happen, it does not mean that it's 100%. In crypto, this will happen actually means this has a very high chance to happen. When you say this will not happen, it actually means this has a very low chance to happen. So you have to understand crypto lingo. Oh, I'm sorry. The first one which I said was my 50 MA, it was my 100 MA. That was my 50 MA. That's the red one. I get confused some of the times with these lines and stuff. So we see that it bounced around here and now it's trying to push back up as a retracement. That's why, well, Bitcoin is dumping, but eventually you should want the dollar to come back down here. It may have some weeks down here, but be careful. The dollar is going to come back roaring up. Be very careful. Now we can also see that it somewhat has like a bullish divergence here. That is if this stochastic right here goes back to the upside, because we have a low right here, we have a deeper low in price action, but the stochastic is holding higher. So that is a bullish divergence on the weekly time frame. So we need to be careful. Of course, it may just go like so. It may just do like this and continue back down before eventually going up. There are really no guarantees here, but we use all of these clues to make our mind up and take a stance. Thanks so much for watching the video. I hope you did enjoy it. I hope you did learn some things from it. We will of course see ourselves in the next video. I will try as much as possible to keep uploading more videos as we go along with price action. Thanks so much for watching the video. I will see you in the next one. Take care.